Emily, you had sort of, I think, had a way deeper insight into what these characters would mean on a broader spectrum because of your experience. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but
No,
it's
this
just
is, you're
based on what
right.
you've
No.
told me because of your work on Lost Girl. Whereas for me, it was always, I think I was so lucky. And so I'm so grateful for the kind of naivety that we had in season one, because I was really never thinking about anything other than just telling the story that was on the page and making these characters as beautiful and cute and authentic and gaga over each other as possible. It was never on my radar to like please anyone or service something greater than what was just on the page and in the story. And I'm so grateful that it was so beautifully handled by Emily and the writing team. Like, you know, I never had to worry about the way anything was going to be treated as being anything other than stellar. But I'm so grateful for that, like, kind of little insular experience in season one, because it was a touchstone to go back to every season once I wouldn't say pressure in a bad way, it was responsibility. And once the greater picture of responsibility became more and more and more apparent to keep showing up and keep doing this type of work because it was having such a profound positive effect on so many people, I was very grateful for the memory of what it felt like in season one to not be thinking about anything other than just telling an amazing story. So I feel so lucky for that touchstone. But I mean, yes, responsibility, but not anything that I would ever begrudge or be anything other than like just blissfully grateful for.
Yeah, I'd say even over the course of the show, like the television landscape has changed so much. Like, know how important the LGBTQ content was going to be, but in a weird way, like all my relationships on the show are important to me. I want to make them all authentic. I want to make Wynonna Doc authentic. I want to make Rachel Nicole authentic. I want to make Jeremy Waverly authentic, their friendship. I think that a lot happened over the course of Earp. There was a lot of things kind of that entered the zeitgeist as far as like a more cultural awareness of tropes like bury your gays, like kind of the litany of lesbians in particular who've been killed on television shows kind of came to the forefront. But I was very aware that that was like something that we wouldn't do. I think I did say to Dom and Kat, be ready, because after I saw their chemistry, I was like, this could be a thing. Like, not to oversell it, but you guys are really great together. This feels like such a good queer relationship. And I knew there was like a lot of fans of genre who are really hungry for that in particular. So I'm extremely grateful, but I hope it comes from just wanting to make all the characters kind of authentic. Every single one of them feel real and make good choices, but also like be real flawed people, as Martina said, with like who are three-dimensional, you know, like I don't think Sheriff Haught has to represent all lesbians in the same way Doc doesn't have to represent all immortal vampire gunslingers, hopefully. They're a diverse group. They're a diverse group. So that was one of the pleasures of being on a show with so many different types of characters. They hopefully always felt real, even when the situations they found themselves in were so unreal. It increasingly became aware that people did really need this rep, that they needed this rep right now, and we're there to celebrate it. And it's hard to, you can't pretend that isn't an honor, and you can't in turn not honor it, not honor that responsibility. So I hope we have.